Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now. And the crowd here in Guadalajara, known for being hot and passionate, and that is precisely how it feels here in Guadalajara. So that's got things underway. What an impressive figure Oliver Kahn cuts.
Yeah, they call him the Titan, Peter, and the reasons are fairly obvious. As personalities go, we're talking big.
As close as you get to goalkeeping perfection. Now it's Ibrahimovic, spread to the right. He's found a way through. Well read, and the danger is averted. And it's Baggio. Well-timed, excellent interception. And this is Neymar. Veron. Juve.
Yeah, we get to see this more and more. Defenders popping up in these positions.
That is good strength. Roberto Carlos delivers.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Roberto Carlos. Nothing much to report on so far. Each side waiting to make their first move. Roberto Carlos. Space for him to turn and look. Well, the referee's pulled play back and has booked him for the original offence. Threads one in. Great challenge, timed to perfection. Bit of an appeal, but nothing doing. It's a pretty loose pass. Played out towards the right wing. Vigo will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent.
Well, neither defence has had a wake-up call yet, because neither attack has turned up.
Look at the space, hits a shot! It's loose, and there's a race for the ball. And he was there to get a vital touch.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
And we have our very first corner. Portugal are looking to go forward now. Howson gets over and intercepts. Now that looks a decent ball.
It's the sort of situation they'll want to capitalise on now.
Costa Curta. Now, try to spin that positively. I certainly can't.
Portugal really look like a team that's set up to absorb pressure. They don't mind being on the back foot.
But with something up their sleeve.
Yeah, they clearly feel they can hit hard on the counter-attack thanks to their pacey options.
Roberto Carlos promptly onto that, and that is that. Juve might just make this. Roberto Carlos. Now this is an adventurous run down that left-hand side. Well, they've got it again. Fernando Torres. Oh, that's fabulous. Shoots! He's delivered all right! The invitation was clear, and it was accepted with the utmost glee.
Yeah, it's simply tragic defending when a renowned finisher is ignored. It's how he built his reputation.
So the first goal of the game.
Listen, when it comes to goals, Peter, in this team, he's always the #1 contender, and he's done it again.
That's great defensive work. It doesn't take too much imagination to guess what would have happened otherwise.
Well, I think it's good he took the opportunity to run at that back line. I'm sure it won't deter him either.
Can he get it through? Aimed beyond the defence. And it's McAllister.
It looks very much like they'd be happy to settle for this narrow lead at the break.
And he's managed to get free. Figo, the magician-in-chief, his feet twinkling. Now it's McAllister, now it's Neymar. Chance for a shot! And for a moment, time stood still. A poorly directed kick from the keeper, he's given it away. Scholes. And the two sides separated by the game's only breakthrough moment to this point. 1-0 the score. Ibrahimovic constantly looking for the ball into the box.
Have beautifully policed that midfield. The opposition have been handcuffed.
That has ended up in no man's land. That's the end of the first 45. There's been no shortage of industry or intent thus far. A little inspiration and inventiveness, perhaps the only things lacking.
Yeah, on the face of it, it looks a fair reflection of what we've all seen, Peter. Some incisive play one side, battling qualities on the other. I think this game is there to be won, and a minor tweak maybe all it needs to change it.
So it has been pretty frantic here. Everybody eagerly awaiting the start of the second half. And that's it. And that's where we have to end it. From me, Peter Drury, and my co-commentator, Jim Beglin, a very good evening to you all.
Señoras y señores, deseémosle todo lo mejor a los miembros de nuestro club de fans que están festejando su aniversario de casados.
Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium, and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now. There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. And that gets things running. Jim, you've played in games of this nature. Who can make the difference?
Neymar.
Chance for a shot! And he's done it!
Well, they would have been looking at him to produce the goods, and that was very kind of him to oblige so early.
They forced the error and extracted the maximum punishment.
It's just sloppy to lose the ball like that, Peter. The ease which they were able to cut through them from there, that definitely doesn't have a good look about it.
So the game's first significant moment, and it's come earlier than perhaps we anticipated. Scholes. Gerrard. Neymar! Oh, that is outstanding! Sumptuous finish, an absolute joy! They have heard the starter's pistol and come racing out of the blocks. The purest possible contact, what a fabulous strike.
Well, Peter, it would have taken something incredible for the keeper to keep that one out. It was absolutely spanked.
And now he has two. So that's two now without reply.
I think there's been a greater menace to everything they've been doing during this spell, one that they hope will continue.
Azar. Now it's Iniesta. Neymar. He's had a shot! It's anyone's ball now. Shapes to shoot! The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. There's the whistle, and here we go. Who do you, Jim, see making the difference here?
I don't think we've seen a dribbler as good as this guy, Vinicius Junior, in some time. His favourite move is to receive the ball in a wide position, attract defenders his way, where he can turn them and just leave them behind and have a clean run at goal. He's a very tricky customer and getting better week by week.
Yeah, he'll be looking for a goal or two. Oh, well played, well sorted out. It's gone out for a throw-in. And it's Scholes. Oh, good-looking ball. But it is clear to see that he is not at all happy with that.
Yeah, he just didn't seem to get enough on the pass, Peter, did he?
Tries to play it through. Now it's Ronaldinho. Howson promptly onto that, and that is that. Neymar is onto it in a flash. It has been a rather gentle affair so far. He's found a way past. Vinicius Junior, brilliantly cut out.
Well, it's not the best when it comes to decision-making. OK, initially he probably was afforded the space to hold on to it, but the longer he did that, the more he was going to be swamped.
And they've got a throw. Gerrard. That is ended up in no man's land. No, that's been intercepted.
It's not the game we were hoping for, Peter. I think both of these keepers could text about their respective uninvolvement.
Big chance! He's scored! It was a great finish. He put it away with great poise, dead-eye accuracy.
That's just a fabulous, fabulous finish. Anything that close to the frame of the goal, 99 times out of 100, the keeper's not getting there.
So the first goal of the game.
Yeah, and just as the manager's been reminding his players, this is the time where they can't afford to let their focus slip.
Now it's Torres. Now it's Neymar. Gerrard. Now he's got space here. Well, that's beautifully weighted. Not the most accurate pass. Neymar! Oh, he's given that plenty, but no. Silvestre. Well, good play on the left-hand side here. He is through here. Ronaldinho. Ronaldinho, not one to pass up the chance to run up the defence. He loves those duels.
Well, I thought that run had balance and control, skill and strength. The sort of desire we hope will spread.
And the shot! And he hits the net! And once more we are all square. You score, we score!
Well, if ever you want to see a lesson in responding to a deficit, that's it. Their heads didn't drop, and now their chins are up.
Whoever is in his path, he will always find a way.
Well, he had to deal with an awful lot of unwanted attention, but his tenacity won the day.
So they have it all to do again.
Well, they just couldn't have responded any better, Peter. Yeah, there's the old cliche about how teams can lose focus after scoring, but you still have to take your chances. Brilliant.
And it's made its way to him. Oh, that's a fine challenge. And now they can spring out of defence. Now it's Torres. Oh, the ball's gone astray. That is a jarring tackle, but apparently nothing wrong with it. Pass is just off target. Scholes. Well, that has not gone well. Threads one in.
He looked rushed. He should have waited for some movement.
Now it's Neymar. Can he get it through? Howson calmly anticipates. Great vision. No, not quite on the same wavelength. Darren Fletcher. That pass has been well intercepted. That's a good ball out wide. Now it's Dani Olmo. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Gerrard. And this is Neymar. McAllister. It's a really well-measured ball.
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
Cute ball now, how can he reach it? Vinicius Junior! Off the post! Oh, that was nice, but not quite the end product required.
Such sharp play, and he's been looking so good this half, and yet he doesn't convert.
And it's Gerrard. Dani Olmo is in a really good position out wide. It's a pretty loose pass. And here's Vinicius Junior. McAllister is always scanning the pitch for targets. Oh, nicely intercepted. Lovely pass, but can he get there? And the pass is intercepted. Space for him to turn and look. Now that is tiny, really tiny. So a temporary halt to the action. So it's all square. Neither side has been able to make a telling difference, but it hasn't been for the lack of trying. Any thoughts on all this so far, Jim?
Well, it's definitely been a game where both sides have tried to play to their own strengths, and I suppose neither side would be particularly unhappy with this scoreline. I suspect, Peter, the two managers will be keen to urge patience and discipline from their players now.
Well, they've gone toe-to-toe for those 45 minutes, and at half-time the score is 1-1. Here's the whistle then to start the second half. Howson kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. And it's been given away, and he's managed to get free. Vinicius Junior. And he's there to belt it away. Mateus. Ronaldinho. Good read, needed to be. Howson. Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. And he's cut it out. Costa Curta. Gerrard. Well, here's a man adored by many, even deified by some. Tries to pass it through. Oh, that's wonderful alertness. Saliba spots it and intercepts. Now it's Guardiola. Pressure coming in from all directions. Oh, that's nice. And it's Guardiola. Skillfully cut out. He is so at ease on the ball. Mateus. Vinicius Junior is onto this.
Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs to goal.
McAllister receives it in a wide position. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other.
That appeared to be an inevitable outcome. Too much traffic.
And this is Gerrard. Stood up well to him there. And it's McAllister. And this is... It's Neymar!
Substituição no time do Botafogo.
Botafogo can now introduce the first of their substitutes.
Well, he's going to inject a nice bit of pace into that front line, Peter, so I can see him making those runs in behind.
And he's cleared it out of harm's way. Looking for the run. Dani Olmo. Botafogo are very well equipped down the flanks. It is a tried and tested formula.
Well, Peter, that can cause real problems if they're allowed to run riot in those positions, whether through direct running or from deliveries towards the box. It can work.
Pinches it off him. Wan-Bissaka. Now, can they get him away?
Whatever happens, that's the kind of movement which raises
He's
hope.
rising! Harmlessly behind. Can he get on the end of this? Oh, good ball! Neymar! Not a bad try by any means. Mateus. Oh, that's well spotted. Just about up to 75 minutes. And here's Torres. Mateus can so cleverly bypass the press. He's got away. And that's been one straight. Shapes to shoot! Goal! Botafogo! They've done it! It was coming! They have their reward! Perfect placement, the one place the keeper couldn't reach.
That's expertly finished, and he's done that so often.
Well, this is what we've been waiting for.
I just think this has been a lesson in character, togetherness and composure. I think most teams would have crumbled by now, but this refusal to give up is brilliant. Keep calm and carry on. That's the job in a nutshell now.
And he's intervened well there. Nicely aimed pass. Mateus, spread to the right. Costa Curta cuts out the pass. Now it's Neymar. Aimed beyond the defence. Tries from distance. And that has earned a reprieve for the time being. Now it's Jerry. He's going for goal! And that could have brought them level.
Well, that's the response the crowd were looking for, Peter, and it's applause all round us here.
Looking to play him in. It's Neymar! And that's another fine save. Wan-Bissaka. Saliba. Berbatov. And this is Torres. Looking for options for movement.
I thought it was going to happen then. How many more chances can they realistically expect now?
So now we're going to get those changes we have been expecting. Oh, that's superb. And the finish! Oh, good finish! And surely that does it! Perfect time! Decisive strike! Oh, beautifully dispatched. There was no reaching that.
He had the whole picture in his head, Peter. He didn't even look at the goalkeeper.
Botafogo have surely won it, or so you would think.
Well, that's a really bitter blow. I think it's going to be very hard for them to find the...
Real chance! And he was there to get a vital touch.
Shevchenko is offering a wry smile there.
It's their second corner of the game. Howson gets it away. And that will be the final act. Well, what a game. Unpredictable to the very end, momentum shifting this way and that. The kind of match, as neutrals, we all love to come and see. Well, what are your thoughts on today's game then, Jim?
Well, Peter, I really couldn't see what this team was.
Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium, and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now. Well, colour and passion just oozing from the stands here. These fans love their football, and we're about to be dished up a feast of it. So it's down to business here. Well, Jim, Tony Adams, of course, is the absolute colossus in defence, isn't he?
Absolutely, and we all know about his defensive prowess and his leadership, but I think a lot of people overlook his versatility and his adaptability.
What do you mean by that?
Well, it's the way he's developed a more expansive front-footed game over the years. That's...
Judge, surely! And he's done it!
Listen, the big names earn their reputations for precisely the reason we've just seen. They have a habit of making their presence felt, and here we are, early stages. He struck one, and he looks hungry for more.
After 3 minutes is...
Oh, whose goal is that? Big deflection. That's one for the dubious goals panel. Chelsea finding themselves unexpectedly behind. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Oh, well played, well played. Tries from a long way out. Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. He's rising! Firm header, just off target.
He did so well there, it's just a shame about the accuracy.
Stones, nicely weighted ball. And this is Torres. He's picked his way through. Well, the finish certainly didn't match the build-up.
He did well there, held his run enough to ensure he didn't stray offside.
Corner number 2 then. That's a decent clearance. That's a lovely, neat pass. And now a sudden chance to counter. Not the most accurate pass.
They need to play this quicker in transitions like this.
Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Now it's Cavani, and it's Alexander-Arnold. Can he get on the end of this? Has a look and plays it forward. And he cuts out the supply. Silvestre powering forward here. Look at the space here. Threads one in. Short changes him with that pass. So just a one early goal to report so far. 1-0 the score. Gerrard. McAllister. Oh, that pass isn't the best. Well, he has slightly undercooked that one.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
Neymar. Gerrard cuts it out. Ambitious ball here. That is ended up in no man's land. Well, that pass surprised everyone, and not in a good way. He's shifted. Oh, he's been... And the shot! And that's in! They have come roaring back!
Well, I always thought they had it in them, Peter. They upped the quality as needed, and once they got going, they were awfully hard to stop.
A horrible blip, a situation utterly avoidable that has resulted in considerable embarrassment.
Yeah, they were made to pay for not moving the ball smartly enough through a very strong pressing wave.
So they have it all to do again.
Well, this is to be expected.
Neymar! No, just not quite. Could be danger here. He is through here. Chance for a shot! And that's a good finish. And they're back in front. And that is a genuine ground-eat-me-up moment.
I think the defence really need to wake up here, Peter. They really shouldn't be getting caught out like that.
After 28 minutes is number 6.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here?
Listen, when it comes to goals, Peter, in this team, he's always the #1 contender, and he's done it again.
And shifted it to the flank. He won't be happy with that one. Scholes is always scanning the pitch for targets. That's good vision. Well, we expected better, and so did he. Oh, no joy this time. And it's Fletcher. Darren Fletcher. Now it's Hazard. Tries to pass it through. Long ball upfield. Oh, that's well spotted. Lovely pass, but can he get there? It scores! It's loose, and there's a race for the ball. So, third corner of the game. Khan gets his hands on it, and the danger is averted. Chelsea have the chance to go the other way. Oh, it's Van Basten. Hazard. That is lovely. Hazard! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
Chelsea have their second corner now. And it's been taken short. Tries one from range. Corner number 3 coming up. Impressive jump. Firm header just off target.
That's a really decent chance.
Oh, it's Van Basten.
There will be 3 minutes at a
Pops him
time.
off it and wins back the ball.
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
And he was quick to react. That's going wide left. Silvestre has a look up and delivers. And it's hoisted clear. Torres wins the duel this time. Fernando Torres does have his name on the... And the referee has signalled for half-time. So we have here a genuinely competitive game with neither team truly in control. A single goal the difference at half-time.
Volunteers for each
Neither
goal.
side holding
Please
back
report to
here.
the
It
staff
has
room
been
immediately.
quite a half, this.
Well, it's a lead that's by no means convincing. The manager can't go too easy on his players here. I think they need to re-establish that focus and try to lift the purpose again. They'll want a good start to the second half.
So it has been pretty frantic here. Everybody eagerly awaiting the start of the second half. So we're off again. That is good alertness. Oh, can he get onto this? Well, he's going to be disappointed with that. It's played through for him. Oh no, he's got that wrong. And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
McAllister played into space.
You can never be short of runners into space, as long as the space left behind is filled.
Rijkaard. Kaka. Alexander-Arnold. Well timed, excellent interception. He's not got that quite right. Silvestre. And this is Hazard. Oh, that's wonderful alertness. Long ball by the goalkeeper. Goes looking wide. Van Basten. That's not going far. Played with speed from back to front. Well, that has not gone well. And no, that was never going to make it. Rijkaard. And it's Van Basten. Pass somewhat off target. Akanji makes the interception. Kaká. Looking for options for movement. Goes for a shot!
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Can he get it through? He has found the way through. And this is Torres. It's all a little bit desperate, but it's got the job done.
Yeah, they showed a vulnerability until the move was stifled. That'll have stirred a little concern.
Now it's Kaká, looking for the run. Gets a good foot in there.
Substitution.
And it's Alexander-Arnold. Looking for the far post. Not pretty, but it gets the job done.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
And here's Van Basten. And this is Cavani. Howson clears without hesitation. Silvestre gets across to intercept that. Howson cuts out the pass. Neymar. Now who's going to be first to this? That pass has been well intercepted. And this is Cavani. Kaká finding himself in space. Terrific effort! It's a goal! It's level again! What a match we have!
I could watch this every week, Peter. Talk about strength of character. Wonderful.
Simple, certain, effective. He just guided it in.
So well played, Peter. Did a great job keeping sight of the ball. Made a classic move and met it perfectly.
Chelsea dragged themselves back again.
Chelsea really can sense it now. This game is theirs to win. They just need to step it up and force the issue.
They're back in possession and ready to go again. He steps in, and that's the end of that. Nice interception. His positioning was spot on. Now, can they get him away? Space for him to turn and look. Adams is there, and he can get that clear. And here's the chance to counter. Looking to play him in. Can he get onto this?
Well, there's no doubt that they want to win this, Peter. They'll have to maintain the energy and dynamism until the very end, though. Well, that might be that, Peter. Maybe both sides just going to have to settle for the draw now.
Hullet. Gerrard. The ball is loose and the chase is on. And this is shoots! Oh, the ball's run loose here. No messing about, just bludgeoned away. Probing pass. That's been cut out, well played.
Added time.
1 minute to add, according to the board. Oh, easy pickings there. That has been cut short. Referee looks at his watch and blows his whistle. Decent game of football, that. Intense, intriguing. And both sides, as it turns out, unable to be separated. Fernando Torres picking up the Man of the Match award, and no surprise there. How would you summarise what we've seen today then, Jim?
Listen, the more this game went on, a draw was always likely to be on the card. So overall, I don't think anyone will be complaining too much about what they've got.
Many thanks to Jim, and with that, it is a very good night to you.